Hey, good morning.
I'm sorry. I need glass. I have to get glass cleaner. I'm right here.
Did everybody watch the debate?
Hello. Greetings and salutations. I'm coming. She started really early. I wasn't prepared.
So listen, I wrote down the people that are still in this debate, or I'm sorry, in the race that were not part of the last night's debate. Yeah. I wrote down a list. You guys, you're not going to believe it. There's still so many people running that you've probably forgotten. Michael Bennett. Oh my God. Stop. Michael Bennett. Still in the race.
Oh my God, that guy's still in it.
Mayor Bloomberg.
We're backwards. How are we backwards? Somebody said we're backwards.
Oh, did I not do the thing? I didn't do the flipping. Hang on.
Hold on. She's going to flip us.
Hang on. I don't want to hit finish, but hang on. I can do this.
Right there. Hold on.
Is that... Yeah, I got it. Hang on. I'm flipping. Wait. Is that better?
Is that the way we always are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just because, hang on, I can tell if we raise our, yeah. See now the words are right.
Oh, there it is.
Thank you for pointing that out. Whoever pointed that out. Anyway, Michael Bennett, still in this race. Bloomberg, still in the race. Cory Booker, Tulsi, John Delaney, still running, you guys. Julian Castro, Deval Patrick.
Who's that?
That's that one dude.
He was the governor of Massachusetts.
That's the guy.
Governor of Massachusetts, that guy.
And Marianne Williamson. She's
oh my
still
God.
a thing too, you guys.
She's hanging out on her astral projection. She's like burning some sage.
And they are all,
God bless
like,
her.
none of those people are out. That is still a thing that's happening.
We're not backwards anymore. We're not backwards. Somebody said we're backwards.
I fixed it.
We're good now.
It should be good now.
We're good now.
Unless it doesn't work in progress. That would be better.
No,
that would be bad.
It should be. We're okay.
All right.
We're
Okay,
all
yeah.
right.
People are saying it's all better. Anyway, what are your thoughts from last night?
Well, I thought the immigration stuff was really irritating. That was something that really pissed me. I feel very strongly about immigration, you guys. I just don't understand why Democrats will say something like, no one is above the law except for these 12 million people who have crossed the border illegally. What the
They're
hell?
fine. That's fine.
What is that?
That's
because
totally
they're
fine.
basically saying like Bernie Sanders, and then all these other yahoos on the stage, like Tom Steyer.
Somebody needs to tell him to stop looking in the camera because that is freaking creepy.
Just the way that he talks is like him and Buttigieg. Their cadence and the way that they are so off-putting to me. but the stuff that they were saying about immigration is it just enrages me because they're like, oh yeah, those 12 million people that are here illegally that broke the law. You know, we're just going to go ahead and just, one fell swoop and like when, the first day of office, they just become citizens. What does that say to the people who are waiting in line right now to become citizens? What does it say to the fact that we have laws in this country?
They don't care.
And then they in the same paragraph, they have no problem saying that
no one's above the law.
No one is above the law. And
They're
that
hypocrites.
And they say that Donald Trump is a criminal? Are you kidding me? Are you out of your minds? Like these people they're lunatics. They're just lunatics.
And then what did you think of the crying? Because like Elizabeth Warren got choked up and Amy Klobuchar got choked up. Naturally, the only two women on the stage were like, I'm going to just boo-hoo it up right now. Really? Can you not? Because that just makes women look terrible.
She was trembling a lot.
Amy?
Amy.
Because at first I thought maybe she had it together.
Yeah.
But then I also can't tell if she's about to cry or if her voice just does that about to cry thing.
She had her bangs off of her face, and so I thought
that.
maybe they did that on purpose so you couldn't see the bangs shaking. But then you could totally see it.
Yeah, then she started, because it was kind of off and on trembling. Mm-hmm. Hi, Rob.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, here's your Christmas card. Yours is in the mail.
Oh,
thanks.
Because I like you to get like
Is this from you?
Thank you.
Yeah, it's from me. Don't open it now.
There's no nudes?
No.
No nudes. Not on a Christmas card. That would be inappropriate.
Hey, I sent you a bunch of clips, audio clips.
Nobody cares.
We care.
Nobody cares.
Yeah,
Nobody wants to hear those idiots ramble.
Yes, they do.
Oh my God.
These are the important clips for the people that didn't actually watch it because they were relying on us to cover it.
Like me.
We want the
exactly.
audio. We want the audio.
And there's only one that I couldn't find the link of, so I need you to look for that.
Yeah, they were
please.
crying because they're weak.
Yeah.
Hey, you sounded really hot yesterday with the hammer and nudge.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yang was the winner, I heard.
You know what? I agree with you. I actually agree with that assessment.
Wait, will you say that again, slower?
I agree with you about Yang last night.
About him being the winner?
I thought he performed the best. In fact, his opening statement, I agreed with the entire thing. The whole entire opening statement, I was like, he's absolutely right.
I agreed with him on the impeachment stuff, how they need to just...
that's it.
Yeah, how they need to stop. I agree with that.
And why Trump got elected. Mm-hmm. It was perfect.
Yeah, it's like we probably need to stop focusing so much on impeachment and maybe get some freaking work done.
Right. Like address actual problems that made people want to vote for Trump. It was great.
Like Charlotte wants to hear the clips, Rob.
Yeah, go get the clips, Rob.
Get them for Charlotte.
Charlotte wants to hear them.
Yeah, why are you going to let Charlotte down?
Pictures are so small, I can't even see these people.
Yeah, well...
You're not supposed to be looking at their pictures.
Why? They have pictures. They have pictures to be looked at.
Okay, can you do our stuff, please? Mm-hmm. Anyway, Amy Klobuchar did tremble. It just wasn't as bad. But the fact that her and Elizabeth cried... Oh, somebody asked why they were crying. So Elizabeth Warren started crying over selfies. Did you see that part where she was like, I've taken 100,000 selfies and the people just love me? And it is very emotional.
He was talking about the three people who had... She was talking about the three people who had diabetes. You remember?
Yes.
Like the guy who had diabetes, and then his wife or something had diabetes, and then their daughter had diabetes or something. Everybody had diabetes.
Yes, or they had a stuttering problem. Yeah. There was that really awkward moment, too, when Joe Biden was, like, imitating a stuttering child.
What was that?
Awkward. Oh, my God.
Because I was like, at first I thought, is he stuttering?
Well, he's, his deal is he overcame a stutter, so, like, he likes to talk about stuttering, and then, but imitating somebody that was stuttering, that was very awkward. Very awkward.
I'm always uncomfortable when he talks. Just always.
It always looks like he's staring into the sun. You know what I mean? He's always kind of real squinty. You know what I mean?
And Steyer is just, that guy is so freaking creepy. I can't deal with his creepiness, and he's so weird, and he's never going to be president. Just stop it. Just stop it. And Buttigieg, something about that guy, it's like, I don't know if it's his cadence or what.
That he sounds like he's speaking in front of a 6th grade English class.
Yes.
And it's his very first speech.
And he always finds a way to bring up Indiana and how he thinks that Mike Pence is out to get him.
I wanted to punch him in the face.
And his gayness. I'm so sick of him bringing up his gayness in Indiana. Like all of us in Indiana, because we're Indiana girls. And he's always bringing up how Indiana doesn't like gay people. You know what? You can suck it,
You
Pete.
can suck it.
I'm so sick of hearing about that. It's like, we have no problem with gay people.
Yeah. He sounded like a whiny biatch, you guys, when he said that. And it was such a lame, just annoying answer to that whole thing. And that fight between him and Liz Warren was epic.
And when he goes into that whole, try being a gay dude in Mike Pence's Indiana.
What the hell?
Oh my God.
There's plenty of gay people in Indiana who are doing just fine.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
I swear to God, he's such
ridiculous.
a whiny
By the way,
brat.
because I don't want to talk about Steyer anymore, so can we, I just want to say the one thing about Steyer, and then we can talk about other people. But Steyer, his big thing is, of course, climate change, right?
I mean, constantly. It's all he cares about.
So day one, it's going to be a big fat climate emergency. But then he said, and this just proves how ridiculous Democrats are. He said that he plans to partner with China on climate change, and that he expects that that's going to go really well. Yeah. Partnering with China on climate is like the dumbest, most idealistic, never going to happen thing that you can even possibly say.
I think partnering with them on anything is probably probably dumb.
Have you seen what's going on with Hong Kong?
Yeah.
These are not partners. These are crazy communists.
Yeah. They're going to judge your social credit at this point.
Right.
Yeah. Are you smoking on a train? Yeah. No toilet paper for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's basically how they are.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that was fun.
It was
last night. We should probably mention some stuff about the impeachment.
Yes.
Because you found out some stuff this morning from, what's his name?
His name is Benedict Cumberbatch.
Noah. Remember the Noah lawyer guy that she thinks looks like Benedict Cumberbatch?
You know he does. You know that you agree with me on this. First of all, can I just tell you before we get into that, because while we're still in the debate, I did want to say, I wanted to make fun of two things. I did not know that fans of Amy Klobuchar's go by Klobucharmy. That's what they call themselves.
Really?
The Klobucharmy. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you did there.
I didn't do it. I'm just saying. That's what they go by. And
that's not, I don't.
Right?
No.
What else did I make a note about?
No.
And then you guys, the question about Like towards the end where the moderator was like, who would you forgive or give a gift to?
Dumbest question ever,
This
you
is
guys.
a Democrat debate, and these are the questions.
I know. I felt like that was a question that they would have asked like a second grade like a debate team. It's like who, and the first answer came from Yang, and he was like, I would give people my book.
But he struggled to even, I felt bad for him because he was first.
Yeah.
That was not expected.
Well, nobody answered it correctly.
Yeah, and he was like,
because nobody felt like they could find it in their heart to say, here's what I've done wrong. And
well,
so
Elizabeth
here's what
kind of did, remember? Because that's when she was crying.
about the selfies.
Because she was just like, sometimes I get a little hot. And then that was also awkward.
We're all
that's
awkward.
what she said.
When you
And
say
then
that.
she was very emotional about it.
God, it was just that was the dumbest question ever. And of course, Bernie's like, buy my 3 books. Buy all my books because I'm really a capitalist. I'm not a socialist.
God.
I'm a capitalist. I want you to be socialist because I have 3 homes. I'm a giant hypocrite. Buy my 3 books. God, that guy.
Why
Piece of work.
is he still a fact? Every time he speaks, I'm like, there are people who legit support Bernie
And he
for
says
president.
the same crap every single time. He's like, down with pharma, it's the 1%, it's corrupt and greed and it's like the same words. He says the same things. And you ask him a question, you'll ask him something about, like, I don't know, something about puppies.
Right.
And he'll just be like, corruption and greed. I mean, he just says the same things over and over again. I'm like, God, this guy is on a loop. He's just ridiculous.
I will say, Elizabeth Warren had the best line of the night when she did that whole, after that one moderator was like, you would be the oldest person ever inaugurated. And she was like, I'd also be the youngest woman.
Yeah,
That was a pretty good line.
That was a pretty good line.
I have to say, because she delivered it very well.
Yeah.
Amy Klobuchar was like, damn it, why didn't I get to say that?
Somebody asked, why doesn't Fox do debates? That's a great question.
Because remember, the DNC wouldn't let him. Remember?
Oh, I don't know
What's his name? What's the guy? Perez.
Oh,
The
he
DNC
said-
chair said Fox isn't allowed to do any.
It's so crazy that they won't let them do any though.
Yeah, that's how that's how scared they are of the influence
of
that
actual
Fox has.
of actual questions.
Yeah,
Because an actual question would be nice.
For real.
Because follow up would be great. Like when they talk about the 12 million illegals, being just allowed, citizenship, just like that. It would be really nice to have a follow up question to that. It's like, okay, well, I don't understand. How would that work? How would that? Tell me how that works.
Yeah.
Because no one ever asks any follow-up questions to these ridiculous answers that they give. They're just like, I'm just going to let them all be citizens.
Yeah,
How?
what would be a great follow-up question too is when everybody was all like crying their big crocodile tears about children with disabilities, a nice follow-up to that would have been, why are you constantly trying to abort them? If you believe that they have intrinsic value and they're they're worth so much, why are you constantly trying to abort them?
Yep.
No one asked that.
Nope.
That's what I would have asked that.
Yeah, this is the thing. Nobody ever asks follow-up questions to these yahoos.
Yeah.
They just sort of take it at face value, and they live in this utopian world that Democrats live in, where everything is, paid for with puppy kisses and unicorn farts. This is where they live.
Okay, we got to get to Cumberbatch. All
right.
Cumberbatch, the guy that lawyer guy, that Noah Feldman guy, who the Democrats had testify, during this whole impeachment nonsense, and he was completely adamant that absolutely Trump needed to be impeached. Well, he wrote an op-ed for Bloomberg in which he says, you guys, Trump hasn't actually been impeached. So until Nancy sends the articles over to the Senate, there has been no impeachment because this is not a vote, it's a process. Now, I'm not saying I know that is how you're supposed to interpret the rules of the Constitution, but he is a constitutional scholar at Harvard, and that is his assessment. So I just am wondering how quickly Democrats will be like, that guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, because I get, so the discussions that we had yesterday were that they're holding all this stuff up. They're holding the articles up so that Trump, like say if something happens to RBG, right? Trump can't appoint another Supreme Court justice. He can't.
But see, where are those rules that says that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but that's what That's what the hypothesis is right now, right? Is that he can't do that.
And there's going to be a lot of disagreement, I bet, about that. Because if this guy...
Because there's a lot of disagreement about everything.
Right.
Now.
I mean, if Noah is saying he's not technically impeached, and in fact, Trump could legitimately say out loud today, I have not been impeached, and be right, then maybe he could, maybe there wouldn't be a rule that says he can't appoint anybody. But then I was telling you this morning, somebody on Twitter was like, well, if that's true, he could always just give his powers to Mike Pence temporarily. You know how they do that? I forget what amendment that is.
Yeah.
What's the amendment that says the president can temporarily give his powers to the VP if he needs to?
Like the 26th Amendment?
Something like that, yeah.
I think it's made up.
It's not made up.
It might be made up.
No, it's not made up. It's legal. You can do that.
It's not like he can do it voluntarily rather than if something happens to him. Right.
Why would we want to give Mike Pence?
I'm just so he could appoint. He can appoint Court justice.
Yeah, he can if something ever happens to RBG. Oh my God. And then that way he can appoint somebody else, like Turley. Wouldn't it be great if he's like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and appoint Jonathan Turley?
Why do you guys want Turley?
Because he's great.
He's reasonable.
No, he's not.
He's reasonable.
He's a never-Trumper who said one reasonable thing.
It's not one.
You guys
say one reasonable thing.
You are
because he's here, and that's how a Supreme Court justice.
No, we don't. No, we don't. No.
Quit screaming in my ear. I will punch you.
No, we don't want
seriously.
Someone that's here. We don't want someone.
I will turn around. I will put my fist in your face. Okay, so seriously, because Jonathan Turley,
I'm not the one fighting right now.
Just you're screaming at me. It's Friday.
Violence.
I haven't.
Well, you guys are like, you want to have stakes with Turley, and I don't understand.
I don't want to have stakes with him. I just want to be a Supreme Court justice. It's totally different than having stakes with somebody.
You guys are so many people better than Turley out there.
I mean, that's a fair point. And so perhaps listen, none of that has anything to do with anything. We're trying to say
Rob is not right, Kathy. He's not right.
Because he has a golden doodle. That's exactly right. That is why he should be in the Supreme Court.
You guys, if you didn't listen to our show the other day, there was a guy that called in and was literally having a meltdown about golden doodles and how they're not a real breed. He said the F word like 50,000 times, and he was like, it's not a real effing breed, F this, F that. I mean, they're mutts.
Like, how somebody could be that mad over the fact that Labradoodles exist is just not okay. That's not okay. Anyway, if Mike Pence temporarily got presidential powers just to make that Supreme Court appointment, would that not be hilarious? So, anyway, now there's all the speculation about, is Trump really impeached? Is he not? We don't know, because there's going to be all this argument about it, and the way that Nancy Pelosi is behaving is unprecedented, and this is all crazy. This is all crazy.
Everybody's saying Rob is right.
About what?
You guys quit feeding his ego.
Oh my God,
just stop.
That is the last thing.
All right, you don't want to do that, because at some point it's just his head will actually explode, and then it's going to get messy in here, and somebody's going to have to clean it up.
We do have a question because it's Q&A day, and we do have a question from the website from Mike. A couple questions. He says, should people that cannot drive in the winter be allowed on the roads if it snows?
Well, I feel like that is how do you determine whether or not they can or can't
how is
drive?
That enforced is the real question.
Yeah, I don't know how you enforce that. It would be nice to be able to say that person can't drive, therefore they should stay off the road, but it's hard to determine who can do that. Yeah.
Also, what Christmas movie or TV show do you have to watch every single Christmas?
Elf.
Yes.
And Die Hard.
Yes, both very good Christmas movies. And I would add to that list that we usually watch A Christmas Story at least once because it's on a continuous.
I feel like you're kind of forced to.
I mean, there's no getting around
it. If you watch TBS, you're sort of forced to every year. Yeah.
Those are must-dos. He also asked about the worst present, and neither of us could think of like a really bad present.
Yeah, I can't think of a bad present. I feel like the thought is. I really do feel like it's the thought that counts. I've never really gotten a terrible present.
I can tell you that one of the worst presents I ever received was at my first wedding, and it was a set of urns.
Oh my God! You got urns?
Isn't that so freaking weird?
Oh my God!
And I didn't even know what they were. Because I got married when I was like 5.
Yeah.
And so and they're brass, which I hate brass anything. Like, I am not a brass person.
Oh my God.
And it was just these two.
Do you still have them?
No, I don't even know. They went to Goodwill almost immediately.
Oh my God.
But like, there were these 2 brass vases that had lids. And I was like, wow, I've never seen anything like this before.
Flower pots? Oh my God.
I'm like, are there genies in here? What is that?
If I wrap them, what will happen?
And so it was my parents that had to tell me that. I don't even remember who got them for
Oh,
it. It
my
was just such a strange thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Christmas Vacation is great.
Yes, that's also good. That was on just the
Home
other day.
Alone is my daughter, my 9-year-old daughter loves Home Alone. She really loves that.
That's a good one too.
Somebody got dog food in high school?
Did you have a dog
What?
at least? Hopefully that was that was for an actual dog.
Oh my god.
All right, you guys, this is our last video until January 6th.
That's right. Oh,
so
sorry.
whatever questions you have, you need to ask them now because we're not going to be able to answer more questions until the 6th.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is it. And for
This
like
is
2
it.
weeks. We always take 2 weeks off at the end of the year. This is our MO.
Yeah.
We kind of write it into our contract. So, yeah.
And last year it was
Family
really weird.
Stone. That's a great movie.
I don't know what that is.
You have to watch it. It has Sarah Jessica Parker in it
Family Stone.
and a couple other people. You know what I'm talking about?
I think I do know what that is. Okay, yes. I think
Yeah.
yes.
It's good.
I know what that is.
It's a great movie. I love it.
That's a good
I
one.
really love that movie.
It was wrapped in paper
In my liquor?
What? I don't know what that.
I don't. Locker.
Oh, locker.
Okay, all
locker.
right.
Yeah, that's
We'll miss you too,
very
Kathleen.
odd.
We'll miss
Very,
you
very
too.
odd.
We always we get to the end of our 2-week thing and we're like, all right, we're ready to come back.
Well, that's what I was just going to say is that last year was super weird because of when Christmas fell, it ended up meaning that we ended up almost having 3 weeks off. It was like 2 weeks plus.
Yeah.
And we were both so ready to just get back to doing things.
Yeah. Somebody asked who you think the worst president is. I'd say Jimmy Carter. He's a good person, but he wasn't a very good president. And Obama is a very close second to that, I think.
Oh, that's really
Because Obama was extremely divisive. I
That
think
is
he's the
true.
guy that started causing all of the problems with the divisiveness and all of the racial tension in this country. He really started it. I mean,
Yeah.
do you remember the cop thing, the Boston cop thing?
the one who acted stupidly.
Yeah, I mean,
That literally is the kickoff of racism reborn in the United States.
I mean, he really like started a lot of this tension that we have today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why does Shaky Amy look like Fran Drescher? I cannot get that out of my head.
Yeah, and I
noticed
told her
that.
last night. I feel like a mortician did her makeup last night. What was?
Oh,
did you
yeah.
notice that? Like she had on like gray. I don't. What was going on?
I don't
It was
know.
Very gray and.
But I will tell you, Elizabeth Warren looked really good.
She
Her
did look
hair
good.
had some red in it,
Yeah,
and it looked really, really nice.
And I feel like people always look good in red. You know,
Yeah.
you can't go wrong.
Oh yeah, because she wore red too.
Yeah, you can't go
Mhm.
wrong with red. It
Yeah.
does women really good.
It's good. Red is good.
Thank you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you too. It's going to be 20. Can you guys believe it's 2020? Like I put up a meme the other day that said, what was it? That 1980 was, no, what was it?
It was
It
2000.
was 2000 was 20 years ago, which is weird because 1980 was 20 years ago too.
and
which
it's
is a
right
joke.
because it is.
But it feels like, you guys,
that was
it was 40 years ago.
what?
What is even happening?
I just cannot.
I know.
I mean, that is crazy town.
Mm-hmm.
People are sending lots and lots of Christmas greetings. That's
Yeah,
very
which
sweet.
is so sweet, you guys.
And right back at you.
Yeah.
Any questions that you? Oh, and this is a good time to remind everybody to listen to our podcast because it dropped on Wednesday,
Mm-hmm.
and this week's was about body positivity. And this isn't the one. No, this is a. I was gonna say, did we tell that like really funny story in this one, or was that the one?
It was
last
one
week?
last
That was
week
the one last
where we
week.
told the story about the Great Dane having relations with the dachshund.
You got to tune into that one to find out how that ended.
Yeah, it's a really,
we're not going to repeat it here.
Really, really good one.
That's a good one.
And then that next, well, maybe not next week, but the week after, we'll probably have like a mashup next week. And then the week after is the story about how we met.
which is a good one.
It's a good story, you guys. And a lot of you,
Have been asking.
yeah.
That's
so-
always almost every time when we have Q&A, someone says, "How did you guys get started? How did you guys meet?"
And this is the full version. Like it's
Mhm.
not the Reader's Digest. We give you like the nice 20-minute version of that.
Yeah.
So it's good.
For real. I'm not seeing a lot of questions.
I know. Everybody's saying
Oh,
Happy
are
New
you-
Year and we love you. We love you guys back. We are so appreciative of you guys. And seriously, like
Yeah.
when you guys come here every morning, we see like over 1,000 people in here every morning. We are like so grateful.
And what fun. What a nice little community this is.
I know.
Especially when we start seeing like familiar names, popping in all the time.
Totally.
And we start to feel like, oh, we know these people.
And
You know
again,
what I
if you
mean?
guys over Christmas holidays, she is Macarena on Instagram and I am Daisy Writer on Instagram, and you can follow us on Instagram if you want to, because I'm sure there will be some Christmas shenanigans.
Yes.
With our families. You're welcome to follow us there on Instagram personally.
Yeah, I finally put up a picture of the tree that we just finally
Did
decorated.
you? I gotta go look at
2
it.
nights ago.
Yeah.
And it turned out so pretty.
And our kids, my older kids, are coming into, like, one just pulled into town from California this morning. He took the red eye, so he's here this morning, and we're out of here at 11:45 today. So we'll start the Christmas celebration today.
It's gonna be
I
good
just flipped up
times.
my necklace. Celebration. Yeah.
All right. Why does Rob keep walking through? Why doesn't he not have a job there? He does have a job. He is our producer.
He
for
just
our
doesn't.
regular radio show.
He just doesn't like to do it. He'd
Right.
much rather get attention
He'd much
from
rather
you
be
guys.
on the air all the time.
Mhm.
Do a video
Yeah.
of the night before Christmas as Bernie Sanders.
It's the night before
that would be
Christmas,
a good-
and all through the house,
Not a creature.
not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse.
All right, we really need to go because we got to
You
record our
guys,
ads
we
and
love
do
you,
other
we
stuff.
love you, we love you.
Merry
And we will see you guys in 2020.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
Bring it in.
Bring
for the
it
biggest
in.
hug ever.
Bring it in. It's a Christmas New Year's hug. And also happy Hanukkah to you guys out there that
Yes.
celebrate Hanukkah.
And Happy New Year, because we're going to miss saying that to you on the actual first.
Yes, exactly. You guys, happy 2020. We will talk to you in the new year. Bye.